Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. Today we're doing the best in beauty for 2023 in the lip category. So these are all of my favorite lip products, from lip liners to lipsticks to lip balms, glosses, plumpers, a matte lip. Everything is being covered in today's video. These are some of my most favorite, most used products from this past year. And the formulas are just spectacular. And I have a few sort of drugstore mixes in here as well that I feel like are truly great products that I included in this video, but I will be doing a separate favorites of the drugstore in a different video coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to talk about lip liners. So we're just going to jump right into the lip liner category. I have my lip liner swatch on the back of my hand already to get this video going, and you may notice from up close shots that they all kind of have a similar vibe. They're all kind of nude with a touch of pink, a touch of rose, maybe a little bit more peach, and one that looks a little bit more on the brown side, but still in that nude category. That is the kind of lip look that I look. So before we get into the products, I like to wear more nude, pinky nudes, pinky beige type lip liners, maybe some with a little bit of peach, as you saw on the back of my hand. But as far as lip colors, I don't tend to go really bright, bold. I don't go very deep. I kind of stick to those sort of nudes, pinky nudes, peachy nudes, rose tones, just those sort of tones. So it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect in this video. First up is Rare Beauty. I have a few of these, so I'm not going to show you every single one in the category. I'm just going to show you the product so you can see what it looks like and talk about the formula. So these Rare Beauty lip liners, the few that I have, I truly do enjoy. I think that the formula is really great. It's creamy. It is also matte, but a comfortable matte, and they glide on like butter. I will be doing a demo today in this video with this lip liner so you can kind of see what it looks like as it goes on. We'll get to that in a moment, but this formula itself is great to use under any sort of lip product, and I am not a matte lip girl. I'd rather have something with a satin finish, something that's creamy, something that's smooth, buttery, glossy, all of the above except matte. That's not really what I go for, but I do really like the matte formula of this, that I have actually worn it, just that for the lip combo for the day. And it is very comfortable and easy to use, and it doesn't make my lips feel extremely dry. Super pigmented, super easy to use, and, okay, let's just have a little moment here. I totally didn't even realize that there is a little sharpener on the end. I've had a few of these in my collection for months, some from last year, and I just now realized that there is a sharpener on the end, but it doesn't really matter because these are twist up. So all you have to do is just twist it up and just kind of line. Even if I don't have it sharpened to a point, it's still pretty easy to get right on that lip line and really precise, as you will see. I did not sharpen mine before doing the demo today, and now that I know that, now I get to sharpen them and have them like fresh, brand new every time, which is even better, right? This very first swatch here is the Rare Beauty. The second swatch that you see here is from Makeup Forever, Wherever Walnut Artist Pencil. These actually feel incredibly smooth. This is probably the liner out of all of them that I have to apply the least amount of pressure. Like, this kind of goes on so incredibly easy. I love the traditional wooden sharpened pencil. It's kind of old school and takes me back a bit. The formula is some of the very best, and this one is a little bit deeper, more of a kind of nude with a touch more brown. So I tend to use this when I want to go more brown, or if I want to change the color a little bit of my lip look and maybe deepen it just a bit. That's where I will use this one. I've also used this all over, and it's fine with more nudes, and that is, I'm going to show you here the swatch. It's the second one here. The third one is from ABH. The lip liners from this brand are some of my very favorites. It's that old school traditional wooden sharpened pencil, just like the Makeup Forever. The formula is beautiful. And this is a formula that I've recently started getting myself into this past year. And this formula I think came out last year, maybe possibly the year before, but I just never got on board with the lip liners and their lipsticks, and I feel like I don't know why I waited so long to try them. These are absolutely incredible, and they wear so well. They last pretty well. I think all of these lip liners honestly wear very well and sort of fade pretty decently, considering that I do go eat and drink and just carry on about my business. I'm not really babying any of these lip products throughout the day, and they do fade and wear very, very well. So if you're looking for products that are going to wear well and last a good amount of time, I feel like you're going to find some really great options in today's video. So back to the lip liner. The formula is so, so beautiful. It is the third swatch here. This one here specifically that I just chose is the shade called Dusty Rose. I do have Deep Taupe, which is also a very popular one. Deep taupe is one that I would use for a kind of contouring moment, or if I really want to go brown, like really, really brown. Up next is the NYX Lip Liners. I have a few of these, and I actually ordered a bunch more because I love them. They're $4 to $5. You can get them on directly through their website. You can get them at Ulta, anywhere that sells NYX products, the drugstore. The Peekaboo Neutral is just absolutely perfection, and I love this formula because it's not only is it affordable, it's creamy, and it's easy to use. It's also a traditional wooden pencil that some people may like or may not. It depends on your personal preference. I don't mind it, and sometimes I find myself having to sharpen it because I do use these so much that I do wear down the tip. So if I want it more sharp, I can just quickly do that, and they sharpen up really well for a $4 to $5 liner. It has no issues sharpening with my pencil sharpeners, and the formula glides on very smoothly. It's very even. And one thing that I noticed with the NYX lip liners, and maybe it's just the shades that I have, which is the Peekaboo Neutral, the Nude Pink, and I have a few others, and I bought a bunch of new ones that I can't wait to try. But this one, Peekaboo Neutral, as it fades, it almost leaves somewhat of like a stained effect on my lips. It's very interesting how that happens, but it looks actually really good to the point where I just put some lip balm on, clear balm, and I just continue on about the rest of my day, and it looks like I still have a kind of tint to my lips. And I think it's just this formula because I don't really notice that too much with some of my other ones. So I think it's this formula, but I absolutely love them. And you can't really go wrong with this formula. And I will show you, it is the fourth one here. Next to that is going to be my Revlon lip liner. This is the Colorstay lip liner. I have the shade called Nude. This pulls a little bit deeper on me than someone that maybe has a little bit more color to their skin. This looks quite dark. So again, it's kind of the same vibes as the Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever, where if I want to go something a little bit deeper, just intensify, or maybe kind of do a darker outer lip and then kind of lighter in the center, kind of like an ombre, that's where I will kind of pull this in. I have used this all over, and I could not believe that it took me so long to try the Colorstay lip liners from Revlon. I love this formula so much that I went to the store to try to get some more shades, and there literally wasn't any except one left, and it happened to be this nude, and I was like, really? Everything else was completely white. So I think people are catching on, or maybe I'm just late to the party, and I'm the one who's now catching on that these are phenomenal. They are the classic sort of traditional kind of twist up automatic pencil. Nothing really special or spectacular about the packaging, but the formula could not be any more perfect. Then the last one, this is not one that came out this year, but it has been a favorite for several years for me, and it is truly a staple. So this product, I have to include it, even though, like I said, it wasn't one that I bought this year. I have to stay true and be honest about what I actually do use, and this is one that I cannot be without. I do have a full size ready to go, a backup, because mine is getting quite small. It's the Lip Cheat pencil from Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk. It is the last swatch here. Make sure I'm pointing to the right one. Here's the last swatch here. For lip liners, this one is just, it's my lip color, but better. This is the lip liner that I can truly go crazy and overline, and no one's gonna tell. It matches my lip color perfectly, and it's like my lips, but just a touch better. So it just makes overlining a breeze. Honestly, the formula is creamy, it's smooth, it lasts so well. Like, I do need to sharpen mine, and mine is starting to become quite small, but never fear, I've got one ready to go, a backup, because I love it so much. I actually remember having one of these in my purse and then one in my makeup bag here at home because I don't want to be without. This is my ride or die, my go-to. This has been a favorite of mine for a couple of years actually, and it's perfection. I wouldn't change a thing about this lip liner. The liner that I'm going to wear today is from Rare Beauty. This is the matte lip liner, the Kind Words formula in the shade called Worthy, which honestly looks like a nude with a touch of like a bit of, it's the first one I have here, swatch. Now we'll do some up close swatches. It's like a nude with a touch of pink. And as you can see, based off of the up close shots of the swatches that I did on my hand, they're all very, very similar. So I'm going to start with the lip liner. I have nothing on my lips. I generally use some type of lip balm first while I do my makeup to soften my lips and get them ready, but I didn't really do that today. I kind of just started doing my makeup because I was kind of like focused on what I needed to accomplish today. So we just kind of skip that, but I'm going to go straight in with the matte lip liner. And I'm going to start lining my lower lip. And I follow my shape, and when I get to this outer part, I just kind of go upwards a little bit. And another thing that is handy as well is to have a small brush. This actually is a flat shader eyeshadow brush, ES5 from the brand called Profusion, which is a drugstore brand you can find at Walmart or online. I use this small little detail brush to clean my lines around the edges with a little bit of concealer or no concealer, just to kind of clean up. And then I'm going to start lining my top lips. So I start in my Cupid's bow area. And I'm following my exact shape. So I do have a more sort of like V shape to my Cupid's bow. So I do tend to follow that. Sometimes I will kind of connect them a little bit to kind of soften that sort of V shape. But sometimes I just kind of line what I've got naturally. And then I like to just line right on my actual lip line. Not too much on the skin, but getting as close to the edge of the border of my lip line so that it creates a more fuller effect. And it's going to bring back the dimension that I've lost with just applying makeup. Sometimes you kind of lose the color with foundation. As we age, that line around the lip line tends to kind of diminish in tone. So by doing this, I can sort of cheat that lip shape. And do you see this side of my lip? It automatically just looks a lot more defined, of course, but it also looks a lot more lifted, and it's not over exaggerated. So this is my lip line here with nothing, and then here is the other half with it done. So it does make a huge difference. It's not something you have to do every time you do your lip combo for the day, but it does make a big difference if you just take the time to do this. So I will show you again on the other side. I will also sometimes use the tip of the brush to diffuse that line. And again, by doing that, I'm going to push that lip liner just a little further out and make it so that it's not very noticeable once it starts to fade that I've overdrawn my lips. This is something I do with shades like what I shared with you in swatches, because it's much more natural fade that is kind of resembling the color of my lips. I don't tend to do too much exaggeration when I use browns, or if I do happen to use a red lip liner or a berry lip liner. Those are very obvious when they fade compared to my natural lip tone. So this is another reason why I choose shades like I'm sharing with you today, because it does make the sort of fade and the wear, when it kind of wears off, a little more natural. And then the lip that I'm going to pair with this today is actually my e.l.f. lipstick, the Satin Lipsticks, the O-Face lipstick in the shade called Dirty Talk. I really love this lipstick. And it pairs so beautifully with this lip liner. And the final step is to do some sort of gloss, because I think that adds to the effect of fuller lips and it helps smooth out the lines. I do have dry lips that are very dry and have a lot of lines, so the lip balm, lip gloss, lip oil tends to sort of smooth that over and make it look better. And I have a few options, obviously, that I will be sharing. But I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Phyto lip balm from Naturium in the hibiscus shade. And I'm just going to take just a tiny bit of this and go right over the top. But most importantly, what that's going to do is going to hydrate my lips and make them feel softer, smoother, just much more plush and just better than having nothing on or wearing a matte lip. I'm more of a gloss girl. I will always be a gloss girl. It's my favorite finish. And that is sort of my lip technique that I do with any lip liner, any lipstick, lip balm, anything that I'm going to wear for the day. I do take the time to sort of perfect the shape of my lip and be a little bit more intentional with it to get a fuller lip look. And that is the lip combo for today. Let's talk about some lipsticks. I want to kind of breeze through these because I do have several different colors and formulas to talk about. I want to highlight specific formulas, not necessarily colors, because I think the colors might be more personal. So you may not want something pink or nude, but you want something that kind of sounds like this formula might be good for you and you may want to try a color, you can choose different shades within this range. These all have a pretty good range of colors to choose from. So I'm going to start off with my Huda Beauty lipsticks. I have two. These are the cream formulas. I have Angel and I have Sweet Cheeks. They're more, again, along the lines of pinky nudes. And the formula is just absolutely everything. It's creamy. It's pigmented. It has such an incredible payoff. I will show you Angel. Angel is probably my most used out of the two. And I'll just do a quick little swatch here so you can kind of see. It's the perfect pinky nude. And it's creamy, but there's a subtle kind of sheen where it looks like you put maybe a lip balm on top. But the formula is so comfortable, so beautiful. Up next are my Laura Geller lipsticks. The first one that I just grabbed happened to be the Berry Banana. I love the sort of magnetic closure. It's an upgrade to my older ones that do not have that. These are actually really pretty. They are marbleized and swirled with different shades, so when you swirl them together and apply them, they do kind of come together to give you a really pretty color, and that is the Berry Banana shade there. I have a few other ones. I have, I think, 4 total now. I love this formula. It's creamy, it's pigmented, and it has a bit of a gloss finish. It's not ultra glossy, but it is nowhere near matte, and it's incredibly comfortable. I can use these on their own with no lip liner, no lip balm, no lip gloss, and just be good to go. I feel like these are very underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talking about the Laura Geller Italian Marble lipstick. So there are a few shades. It's not an extensive range, but there are lots of different shades. Some pink ones, some more nudes, some brownish shades, and then a few berry tones. So, and then I think there's like a corally type shade in there as well within the range. So they have a few in different sort of undertones, but the range isn't super big to choose from. However, if you see a color that you like, the formula is just amazing. I absolutely love it. Let's talk about the lipstick that I demoed today. This is the O Face lipstick from e.l.f. I only have one currently from this line, and I feel like I need to order some more. This shade here specifically that I'm wearing is called Dirty Talk, and it's the shade that I initially sort of looked at the swatches and thought, yep, that's definitely me. I love the packaging. It's that sort of soft touch matte. It does remind me a lot of NARS lipsticks. It has that sort of magnetic closure, and the lipstick has the embossing of the brand name on it. The formula is extremely luxurious. This is a $9 lipstick, you guys. Need I say more? The formula is so great. If someone were to cover this packaging and branding on it and then just gave it to me to use and asked me if I could tell, I would not be able to tell you that that was a drugstore formula. I can't even tell a difference between this and Laura Geller. This or my Huda Beauty or my Hourglass lipsticks or whatever it is. It feels so much more expensive than what they charge. Incredible. Do not sleep on this formula. Next up is, let's stick with the drugstore brand. It's the Revlon. I have one shade. This is the cream formula in the shade called Bear It All. This is actually a really beautiful formula, and it's been years and years and years since I tried a Revlon lipstick, and I decided to pick one up probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I haven't looked back. This one is just beautiful. This one is more of a lighter nude. It's there, and I see a touch more peach and more warmth to it than, let's say, this one here that's from Huda, or not as deep as my Italian Marble lipstick from Laura Geller. And let me just swatch for you the e.l.f. one before we move on to the next formula. So e.l.f. I'm going to just do right here so you can kind of see. It's got some richness and some depth to it, and it's very, very pigmented. Love that e.l.f. lipstick. Okay, I also have a few more lipsticks to show you. The Victoria Beckham formula has been a standout for me. This shade is called Twist. This is the Posh lipstick. I love the slimline bullet style of this lipstick. I like the tone of it. It is a perfect everyday color. It's several shades darker than my lip color, so because it's kind of similar in tone, I feel like it wears very, very well. It's super luxurious, ultra comfortable to wear, and it feels kind of like a combination of like a pigmented lipstick fused with a nice comforting lip balm. It's a really nice formula. It's not so like slippery where it kind of doesn't grab onto the lips and it slips and slides. It really truly is a really nice formula, and I do think it's worth it. It's a little bit more pricey. I want to say they're around $38 or so for one. So if you can get one shade, I think you can really sort of see for yourself the formula and appreciate how sort of pretty this looks on the lips. It makes the lips look full, juicy, pouty. It helps fill in the lines. For me, that's a huge thing because I do have very dry lips. And I just love the packaging. It's very luxurious, as we come to expect from Victoria Beckham. And the VB logo on the top, it just feels very weighted and very luxurious. I have one from the LYS brand, and I just wanted to highlight this very quickly because this formula is a matte formula, which is why I only purchased one. And I picked up the shade called Sincere, which is more of a pink shade, and it's very similar to the Victoria Beckham in the actual packaging style of a slim lipstick bullet. But I like this sort of faux matte leather kind of look with that light baby pink shade, and this color is actually really, really pretty. It's a nice pink shade. It is really rich, very creamy, but let me tell you, the formula is a comfortable matte formula. It's not drying matte, and it's not like a matte, but there is not a lot of shine or gloss to this, and it's not satiny. You can tell it's a matte. It feels more matte compared to some of the other ones, and I do like that because it doesn't feel so drying, and it doesn't feel so restrictive on the lips. It's from the Sephora collection. This is one of their Longwear Rouge lipsticks that have a bit of a gloss finish to it. They're extremely comfortable. But this one here, I believe it's called To The Left. Their name is on the safety seal, so when you take that off, you no longer have the name or number. So I have to go back and look it up every single time, but I'm pretty sure it's called To The Left, and it's a perfect nude color, but it is a very light nude. If I were to use this on my lips with nothing else, it looks completely washed out. So this is something that I use when I want to lighten something that turned out to be too dark. So let's say I did a brown lip liner and then I paired it with a lipstick that pulled more deep and more brown, and I felt like it was just a little too dark. That's where this little superhero product comes in, because not only is it giving me more comfort and more of that kind of balmy feel, but it's also sort of lightening that lipstick or giving me the ability to do, let's say, an ombre lip where it's lighter in the center, darker on the outer corners. So I will show you. It's very, very light. So this one, I do need to pair it with a lip liner. And it may not look that light and more, it's not quite concealer nude, but it's pretty daggone close, at least for me, compared to my fair skin. This looks pretty light, and it's something that I use with lip liners or with other lipsticks. I don't use this on its own. Then for my only like true sort of matte formula that really just feels more like a mousse. It's whipped, it's light, it's airy, it's just so dreamy. It's the Lip Blurs from Charlotte Tilbury. This is my only sort of liquidy type of formula when it comes to lips in this category or this video. But this formula, okay, this is absolute incredible. It's creamy, it's beautiful, it goes on like a dream, wears very well, smells like vanilla, cupcake batter, cake batter. Oh, that makes me hungry. Oh, it sounds so amazing, right? But it is truly such a beautiful formula. The applicator is really different. Super, super different than anything I've ever seen. It actually looks, if my camera will focus, like a diamond triangular tip. So let's focus. There we go. Do you see that? It is just the perfect one. So it's got like a flat side that comes to a point. So the top is pointed, so you can kind of turn it and use that point to line, okay? Then you have that flat side that's more of a traditional like doe foot that you can swipe and layer the product on. And this is so comfortable. It's literally a whipped moussey type of texture. And I think that's why I'm so nuts about this, because it's matte, but it doesn't feel like a traditional liquid lipstick that sort of dries down and actually locks into place. And like I said before, a restrictive feeling, or it feels like every bit of moisture stripped out. That's the complete opposite of this, which is why it just kind of blew me away. Like, truly, I don't know why I don't have all the shades. I need to get some more of these because they are so incredible. Now we're getting into the final category, which is my lip balms, and I'm going to start off with my Plumping lip balm. These are the Tarte Maracujá Juicy Lip Balm. I always mess that up. I ordered a couple more because I love this formula. It has a kind of cooling sort of peppermint feel. There is some pigment. It's one of those kind of clickable pens that you have to sort of click at the bottom, and you sort of get this sort of thick, buttery, cushiony. Okay, so I've often described this as putting like a softened stick of butter on your lips. I know that doesn't sound very appealing, and you probably don't want to do that. Stay with me, okay? Did I lose you already? Just stay with me. That's the richness and the buttery feel, the thickness, the creaminess of this. I really don't know. Like, it is beautiful. And there is a little bit of a cooling sensation, not terrible, not burning, not painful. It really is great. And they don't really smell the best. There's a subtle kind of, I don't know, to me I pick up a little subtle kind of coconut scent, but maybe I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. All right, so then we're getting into my lip glosses, lip balms. And this next lip balm is actually, or lip oil, is one that really surprised me. This is from NYX. This is the Fat Oil. And I have tried a few lip oils. That has been like a huge thing this past year. It's gone viral, the Dior lip oils. You know, Rare Beauty came out with one. NYX came out with one. Every brand has one. House Labs has their lip oils that are clear or tinted. pH adjusting lip balms, lip oil. It's all over the place. Every brand is getting on board with the lip oil trend and coming out with their version of it. Some I do like and some I don't. This one I love. This one here is called Supermodel, and I only have 2 in this range, and this is the one that I reach for the most. It's the pink with a bit of a sheen to it. There is some sparkle, but it's, I say more sheen because you don't really see a bunch of like shimmer on the lips. So it gives you just a little bit of color. And the applicator is like a huge doe foot that really just kind of covers the entire lip, and it's quick to apply, very easy. And I will do a swatch here for you so you can see. And it does have some pigment. So you could use this one on its own if you get this shade. Some of the other ones may not be as pigmented, but this one specifically, Supermodel, has some pigment, and it's a nice, pretty, kind of rosy shade. Let's talk about it. I shared this in today's demo. This is the Naturium Phyto Lip Balm. This one specifically is hibiscus. I have about 4 or 5 of these now, and I love them. This I've talked about before in lots of videos. I use this as a prep step before I start doing my makeup. I put this on first, and then I start doing my primer foundation. So when I get to my lips are softened, more conditioned, and ready to go for the lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, whatever it is that I'm going to wear. And I have to thank this product for getting my lips in shape before lip products, right? I love this one. This has a pink tint. It's described as a sheer hot pink. Let's get a little bit of that. Do you see? It's got a little bit of a tint to it. It's not like crazy pigmented, but there is something to it. So you could do this just a little sheer wash of color on your lips. The range is incredible. They have clear, they have nudes, pinks, berries, peachy tones, corals, and I want to say they have like reddish tones. And they have lots of colors. They're $10. $10. And I've often said that these are a dupe for my summer Fridays, okay? This is loved. This is very much loved. This is from my skincare drawer upstairs. This is embarrassing because I try to like twist it and like really scoop every last little bit out. This is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Vanilla. I have another one ready to go, but this one is clear, so I keep it in my skincare drawer. It looks like this. It's a squeeze tube, and you just sort of take off the cap and you just apply it. I literally have hardly anything there, so I do want to replenish these, but this Naturium is, I would say, a dupe for this. They feel almost identical. Obviously, this one specifically is not a dupe because it's not the same color, but Naturium does have a clear that would be a dupe for this. I have to show you these Laneige ones. They have little minis that come out during the holidays or like gift sets, like limited edition sets throughout the year, and you can also get them in full sizes. I bought a bunch of these, and I gave some to my kids because they love wearing lip balm. My girls like to wear it, and these are just adorable for little ones to sort of play. They don't really have color to them, although they kind of look a little bit tinted. This is actually a brand new one that I'm going to be using in place of my Summer Fridays because this is going into an empties now. So I have a few of these. My kids have stolen some of my other ones from my collection. So this one specifically, I think is, what is it called? Oh my gosh, the writing is small. Called Gummy Bear, the purple one. These are very thick, very luxurious. You put them on, and when you wake up in the morning, they're still there. They don't come off. They don't rub off on the pillowcase. I don't wake up with my hair stuck to my mouth. It just looks so juicy and plump the lips. It just refreshes and revives the lips because sometimes, you know, over time, they do get dry. They do get peeled, cracked, and it's just not a good, not good, okay? Not a good situation. These come into play, and they change the game. They make everything smooth, soft. It's that bounce back, just like the Summer Fridays. So if you have not tried the Laneige lip balms, I hope that this video encourages you to try it and see for yourself how incredible these lip balms are. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video discussing my favorite products and also the demo that I decided to include in today's video instead of doing two parts to the lip category as I did with the eyes and the face products. I wanted to just kind of keep this one to one video only just because I wasn't going to show you every single lip combination and lip liner. As you can see from swatches, they all look very similar. The lipsticks, lip glosses, they all kind of have a similar vibe. So it's going to give you kind of a very similar feel, lip combo after lip combo. So I feel like it gets redundant after a while. So I just decided to do one lip combo for today's demo and just plug that right into this video. So I hope that was helpful. I know I kind of probably overloaded you with a lot of products, but these formulas are great. Now, these are my picks and colors, but the formulas are spectacular. So if you're interested in these lip liners and you want to try one, pick a color that suits you best. It doesn't have to be the one that I shared today, but these formulas for lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses, the matte lip, they're all going to be just some of the best. And I try products all the time. I buy stuff constantly throughout the month from the drugstore, from high-end, from luxury brands, and these are the ones that stood out to me the most. My most reached for, my most used, my most loved. So that's why I decided to share them with you today. Share with me in the comments your favorite lip products. What is your favorite combination of products, or your favorite lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, lip balm? Any recommendations, send them my way. I love hearing from you guys. You can follow me on Instagram as well. It's always going to be here on the screen. We can be friends and connect there. And I hope to see you there. Check out the description box. Everything is going to be listed and linked for you down below. Thanks so much for watching and tuning into this video. Take care, you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.